Ai caralho! The fighting nerds. How they are literally taking over the UFC by storm. How the men are still undefeated. All about it in this video. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA. I just had to get the hat out of there because here, Caio Borralho, the head of the fighting nerds, signed it, the natural, that's his nickname, right? He signed with the natural. And because when I talked to him, I told him I'm like how big of a fan I am of the fighting nerds. So he drew a smile and the fighting nerd glasses. I hope you can see it. That's really cool. I thought I have to show you this, so I took it out of there. Silva burns next to him, by the way. So the fighting nerds, who are they and how are they so successful? So the Fighting Nerds is a gym that started in 2014, so it's over 10 years old, right? And it was founded by Caio Borralho himself, who's like the team captain in a way, and his coach. And the reason why the name Fighting Nerds came is, first of all, Caio Borralho was back then a math and physics teacher. So he was not the typical tough guy from the streets that just, I don't know, fought in the streets every day and sold drugs in the evening and you know what I mean? He kind of thought like, hey, I am a kind of nerd. Why not call the gym the Fighting Nerds? And he also had a very analytic approach to the game. That's at least how it gets described, how they came to the name, whatever. He had a very analytic approach to the fighting game. He loved to like study the whole art and everything and not just brawl and go crazy. So it was kind of fitting to call the gym the Fighting Nerds. He also wears glasses and stuff like that.
Greetings, nerds and virgins.
And they then somehow came up with those iconic glasses, right? With the white line in the middle, that are now the symbol of the Fighting Nerds. So the Fighting Nerds, of course, they have several fighters, but they have 4 main fighters, main faces of the gym that are in the UFC. And the crazy thing is, all 4 of them are in different divisions and all 4 of them are undefeated in the UFC. This is just insane. You have to see there's a lot of gyms in the world that have great fighters. I remember Fortis MMA in like 2021 or 2022, like a year where they nearly went undefeated and stuff like that. But normally gyms have better fighters, worse fighters and stuff like that. But to have like, I think they have overall 5 fighters in the year. Maybe they have more by now, but 5 like main fighters. The 4 guys and Bruna Brazil, but she's not undefeated and she's not like the core of the Fighting Nerds, right? The Fighting Nerds are Caio Borralho, Carlos Prates, Mauricio Ruffy, and Silva. So let's break it down. The lightest guy from all of them is Silva. He's 15-2 with a 4-0 record in the UFC. I exclude the Contender Series. They all came through the Contender Series. I exclude the Contender Series from those UFC records because the Contender Series is not an official UFC fight. He's 4-0 in the UFC. All 4 of those wins are by KO/TKO. All 4 UFC fights of him ended by him knocking his opponent out, which is a crazy stat. And he's overall on a 12-fight win streak. Then you have in the lightweight division, 1 division up, you have Mauricio Ruffy. He is 12-1 overall, 3-0 in the UFC, 2 of those 3 wins coming by knockout, and he's also on a 7-fight win streak, right? So you have another killer that is making crazy headlines with his McGregor, like vintage McGregor type style, his fighting style. He's a fan favorite already. I already did a video about him that he shared on his Instagram as well, so check it out on my YouTube channel. A freaking specimen. I mean, one of my favorite fighters already, even though he's only 3-0 in the UFC. He's so fun to watch. Then 1 division up again, at welterweight, you have Carlos Prates, who is 21-6 overall, 4-0 in the UFC. Just like Silva, all 4 of those wins coming by knockout. He's also so fun to watch. He's famous for smoking cigarettes. He still actively smokes cigarettes whilst he's a professional fighter, which is pretty rare, but it kind of makes him cool in a way because it just adds a special layer to him, right? And he's on a 11-fight win streak. And the crazy thing is, he's on an 11-fight win streak and on a 10-fight KO streak. His last 10 fights, he won all of them by KO. No submission, no decision, 10 fights by KO/TKO. That is absolutely freaking insane. I have no idea who else ever had a streak like that. 10 fights back-to-back knockouts. This is out of this world.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
And then, as I said, the team captain at middleweight 1 division up again, Caio Borralho, right? 17-1 in the UFC, 17-1 overall, 7-0 in the UFC on a 16-fight win streak. Absolute beast, is very close to getting a title shot. I think he's 1 fight away from getting a title shot. And he's like the team captain, right? And it's really crazy that, like, normally teams that train together are kind of in the same weight class, and some of them are better, some of them are journeymen, whatever. But here you have a gym where the 4 main guys are all in the UFC, are all undefeated. None of them, they overall have 14 plus 4, 18 fights in the UFC, and none of them has ever lost one, which is a crazy stat. It's a crazy stat. And even crazier that they're all in different divisions. You never see something like that. So they will never fight each other. They never have to worry about that. And they still kind of train with each other. It's just crazy. It's so cool to see. It's basically like a little family. Like they're 4 brothers who all, I don't know, are just differently sized, and they just fight together and have the time of their lives. And they're making very good money as well with all the merch and stuff, because everyone is a fan of the Fighting Nerds now, right? I mean, a couple of years ago, no one knew what the Fighting Nerds were. And now everyone in the MMA scene at least knows the Fighting Nerds, is a fan of them. Like, how can you not be a fan of them? They're so easy to like. Of course, you can root against them. I can see why you root for Bryce Mitchell against Sean Silva and stuff like that, because Sean Silva is definitely the most special character out of all of them, right? But I mean, they're so fun to watch. They're always entertaining. They're never in boring fights. And I love to see their journey. I think I can only say it a million more times that it's just insane what they are doing. It's crazy to be undefeated as a main part of the gym, right? Those are the main fighters. Obviously, they have other fighters as well in the gym, but those are the faces of the gym. It's absolutely incredible to witness it all. We will see Sean Silva and Carlos Prates in action at UFC 314 in Miami. I will be there. Check it out, you guys. Write your opinion about the Fighting Nerds in the comments. Would love to hear your takes. Who is your favorite of the Fighting Nerds? Make sure to write in the comments, like this video, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell, all the good stuff, you guys. And even more importantly, make sure to check out my merch, bloodshop.net. The link is in the bio. Worldwide free shipping with the code FREE. Very cool MMA related merch. Check it out, you guys. Stay bloody, and until the next one. Bye-bye. Bloodsport out.